Hello and welcome to my vlog number 2. We have woken up in sunny Santa Monica and I'm so excited to take you with me today. I know normally people are like, if you're new here, here's who I am. Well, actually I'm new here. I just started this YouTube and I really appreciate you coming along for my journeys, my side quests, and I am so excited to be in Santa Monica today. I'm staying at my sister's place while she is on vacation, which is incredibly generous. And I'm so excited to be here. Full disclosure, I've already been here for a couple days because I was doing a little trip with my friend at the beginning of the week, and then I'm just gonna be here solo at the end of the week. So what have we done the past 3 days? Beach. My job is beach, just like Ken. All we've done is beach. The weather has been absolutely stunning. I couldn't be a luckier girl. So we've just sat our tushes down on the beach and laid in the sun. I have a book I'm listening to and a book I'm reading. I'm listening to Eat, Pray, Love, which I'm late to the game, but I'm loving it so far. It's everything I want. And then I'm reading Joan Didion's Not Slouching Toward Bethlehem, the fiction, Play It As It Lays, which I'm really liking so far. It's a little disorienting in certain parts, but I'm really enjoying it and I'm excited to get more in depth with the story. Anyway, because I'm here alone now, I'm gonna do a bit of a reset where I need to go to the store, I need to buy some paper towels, things like that. But also I might just go to a cafe or I might take a walk on the beach later. I also have my dog Sal here with me, which if you remember from the last video, doesn't do great in cars, but he did okay in this 6-hour car ride. He wasn't thrilled, but he was a little high from some prescription medicine that the vet gave him to do okay on this long car ride. So I'm very proud of him. I'm very, very surprised at how well he's doing while we're here. He seems like he's just excited to be where I am, which, what an honor and a privilege. Okay, so that's all for this little introduction. I'm so excited to have you here with me. I'm so excited to be here. So let's do this. How big was it? A purple spring. This is blue, yellow. This is, but it's gorgeous, gorgeous day. I'm back at the house after being out for like 2.5, 3 hours just walking. I probably should have had a hat because I can see my freckles coming in. It's happening. Summer is coming. Anyway, before I look at myself too much, I have some work to do and some things to clean up now that it's just me here. So like I washed my friend's sheets, need to put them in the dryer, just do some little like household things. It's really nice being able to like take a vacation at someone else's house where I can just cook and clean and do normal things, but just like be next to a beach, which is very, very exciting. I do think if I were to live in California, in Southern California, to have to shave my head because the way that my hair gets so it's not just frizzy, because like I can handle a little frizz, I like frizz, but it gets like completely knotted on the underside, and then it just like, it looked way more silky and together just an hour ago, and I'm sure by the end of today, I'm gonna wanna shave my head off. No, my hair. I'm gonna wanna shave my hair. Sorry. Vibes are weird because now I have to transition back into getting into like some work stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go do that. See? Coming to you from the beach. The last 4 days I've spent a lot of time in the sun, and so I wanted to spend a little bit more time inside today. I was just kind of tired from that. But also it was cloudy, so I didn't feel too guilty. I took an Italian class and have just been trying to finish planning my trip to Italy, which I leave for in 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is very crazy because I'm not even home. I'll have a lot of tasks when I get home, but that's a problem for later. I essentially planned this trip to Italy 1 week ago, so I will have 3 weeks of planning, and I feel very lucky to have such a privilege that I can spontaneously go travel somewhere within 3 weeks notice. It's such a privilege. I am a little stressed about the planning part, the cost part, because as we know, I don't have a job. However, I'm also very excited, just trying to fine tune it and figure out like different parts of the trip, how much time things will take, what's the easiest transportation, what makes the most sense and isn't as redundant as certain travel plans that have gone through my head. Anyway, all that to say, the really nice thing right now is that I can just pop over to the beach, clear my head a little bit, enjoy the sunshine that just finally came out, and maybe a solution will come to me along with the gorgeous waves. One of my favorite things to do when I'm traveling is to have a little ritual. It's so easy to just be overwhelmed by all of the new things that you're seeing and doing every single day. So it can be really, grounding just to have a little ritual of the same thing that you do every day. Actually, when I'm traveling a lot, I feel like I love going to the same breakfast place every day. I am not booted up in the morning. I need boot up time, and just figuring out like a breakfast spot is always really challenging. So that's usually my ritual. It doesn't mean I'm having the same breakfast every single day. It just means that I go to the same place every day, and that is really nice. But since I'm making all my meals here, I've started having this other little ritual that I'm loving. So basically at sunset, I come to the beach and I journal about my day, and it's been really lovely. I'm a big journaler. I journal every single day, and I basically have journaled every day for the last like year and a half. And now I do it twice a day with the artist way, because you have to do morning pages. But usually at night before bed, before I read or, try to relax for the evening, I just write about my day. And I think it helps me remember what I do each day. I really don't like the fact that I'm often forgetting what I do during the day. It feels like as you get older, time just moves more quickly, and things just like don't feel as significant as they used to each single day. So anyway, I do feel like journaling captures an essence of my day. And usually it's like one of the last things I do, but it's been really nice doing it by the sunset and with the calming breeze of the ocean and the waves. We're getting closer, I'll show you in a sec. But yeah, so we're just gonna go journal for the next like 20 or so minutes until the sun sets, and just feeling really, really lucky right now. Obsessed with pelicans. I feel like I saw one as a kid, and now there's like hundreds here. Maybe not hundreds, but like dozens. And they're so magnificent. They're kind of majestic. I've never seen them in these large groups before. I still haven't seen one with its gullet full, so I'll be on the lookout for that. But I'm enjoying their presence. Good morning. It is a new day and I have been off to the races, hence the glasses. So basically yesterday I was trying to figure out the Italy planning. I just couldn't figure it out. And this morning I just woke up and was like, this needs to get done. I spent the morning planning Italy and I've kind of figured out what I'm gonna do and I'm really excited. But now I'm ready to get out of the house finally. Every morning I've pretty much like walked the boardwalk except this morning. And unfortunately it's like a little bit gray outside, but you know, in Santa Monica, it comes and goes, the clouds. And so I think that I'm gonna go pick up my pottery piece that I made last time I was here. I did a ceramic, like on the wheel, you know, like where you make a pot, and I made a bowl. So I need to go pick that up. And then I might stop at a coffee shop just to sort of reset my brain. And then hopefully by then it'll be sunny again and I'll get to go to the beach, because I feel like I need a little reward after spending literally like all evening yesterday and then all morning today just trying to figure my trip out. If you can't tell, I'm not great at logistics. It is something I'm constantly trying to work on. I'm a Gemini, what can I say? As you can see, and I've got my book, I've got everything I need, sunscreen. I'm about to sunscreen up, and then I opened my sunglasses. They're not there. So I'm not walking all the way back. I think maybe that's just a sign from the universe that I need to close my eyes and take a little nap. But the sun is out. The clouds have pretty much gone away. They're a little bit there, but I'm a lucky gal. What can I say? I'm a lucky gal. It is gorgeous out, so I'm just really excited. I'm just immediately taking like deeper breaths being at the ocean. It's so nice. Also, I'm really excited about my swimsuit situation. Let me move my hat. I got this one piece and I think it's so cute. The ruching is like just enough where I think it looks really flattering, but it's not so much that it looks like momish. And then these shorts that I got, they're like kind of reminiscent of like an old beach tent, you know? So I'm really excited about how the colors look together. And then this linen shirt I got in Italy like forever ago, and it is a nasty beach shirt, which I'm sure these shorts will become that as well. But I'm just going to read my book and try not to squint too much without my sunglasses. Maybe fall asleep, take a nap. The other thing I wanted to say was I've been using the same towel for like the last few days, which normally wouldn't be a problem, but I guess I'm kind of a mess right now. I've become like notorious for like spilling sunscreen in my bags among my friends. So there's a big sunscreen thing here. And then it's kind of sad. There's been like a lot of debris on the beach since I've been here, and that includes tar. So I got like tar on my feet and it's really hard to get off, and I think it's from an oil spill that happened on Long Beach earlier this year. So that was really sad, and I just was having a sensory overload moment, so I did end up rubbing it on the towel because I was like, you know what, this towel is old enough where if it needs to go, I think it'll be okay. But now there's sunscreen, there's tar, and like all along the beach there's just kind of been a lot of debris, and then there's also been like a lot of like ash or like pieces of wood from the fires, and we're in Santa Monica right now, so like the fires were happening like all along that mountain. So that's just very, very sad, and I think LA obviously is still dealing with like a lot of the after effects of that disaster. It's not the cleanest I've ever seen the beach, obviously, but I can completely understand why, and sending, you know, love and healing out to those people who did suffer. But we got the towel, and I think it's time to just lay. Okay, after much indecisive deliberation this morning, I decided to just go back to the beach. I had all these other big plans of being in LA, going to a museum, going to a perfume store, going to the spa, but I was like, I'm gonna waste this perfect, beautiful, perfect weather day? No. So I got my very cute new swimsuit on. It's a gingham. I love it. Went to the beach. I'm back for lunch, and then I might just go back out again later. I just finished Play It As It Lays at the beach, and here's my analysis of it. It's definitely a little disorienting, and I feel like for the next few days, I'm probably still gonna be thinking about what it is about and what it means and why it feels significant. But it does feel significant, and I think overall I really, really liked it. And I like books that are a little bit disorienting. At the end, I reread a couple of the first chapters to sort of get a sense of the whole full picture, and I think it gave me a lot of clarity, but I do think that more things are gonna be hitting as time goes on. As I was reading it, I was kind of struck by how similarly I felt it was, and this may be, I don't know, controversial, but how similar it felt in tone to Catcher in the Rye. There was this sort of like beatniky, like listlessness where I felt like the main character is like severely depressed and everyone is just acting like they're a problem. But the main difference is that the main character is a woman, and I really felt like from my 2025 lens that it was really beautifully representative of how women can just be sucked into men's lives and sucked into their problems and become the blame for those problems. And of course, in the 60s and 70s, like women's hysteria was a huge thing. And you just see that throughout the plot of just this main character, Mariah, just being totally ignored and maybe not believed, maybe not trusted about how serious her feelings are or even what her feelings are. The writing is definitely more hands-off when it comes to like my handsy scale, but it wasn't hands-off in what the main character is feeling, which is usually how I use that scale. It was hands-off in like the plot of like literally what is happening around us. For example, she would say something like she'd have a piece of dialogue and then the next person would be like, stop that crying. And you're like, whoa, she's crying? Like, I didn't even realize that that was happening. And it adds this like complexity and this detachment from her own emotions that you see when you're like detached from what's happening in real time. So you're connected to how she's feeling, but you're not connected to how she's feeling is being exemplified in the plot a lot. Okay, I've kind of gone on a long time about this, but it was my first Joan Didion and I really loved it. If you like more sparse literary fiction, more classics, or you just want to read something of Joan Didion's because she's, you know, recently passed and has been in the news so much lately and her archive is fully available these days, I thought that it was a really, really beautiful read. Okay, I'm roller skating again. What the?